Even though Istria is known for its many clothes-free resorts, finding a decent nude beach isn't always that easy. You can spend your days chasing FKK signs and still end up on sharp rocks next to a crowd in swimsuits. This guide sticks to the nude beaches that actually work and where you don't find gatekeeping or wristbands, just lots of free skinny dipping. Welcome to Istria. A downside of Croatian nude beaches is that they can become less nude-friendly depending the season, and Istria is no different. On this trip along the Istrian coast, I will also point out at which beaches you can be sure of a clothes-free experience and which you better avoid in the summer. Our first stop is Peroj. Park under the trees and follow the dusty track until the path softens. The graffiti will show you the way. Put your towel down on one of the warm rocks and just relax in the sun. The side gates will do their orchestra behind you. Entry to the sea is a little rocky, so bringing water shoes is much recommended. But once you slide in, the water is slow and clear. It's a good way to cool down from the hot sun, but bringing some shade will keep your tan from turning red. Further to the south, we head to Colone Beach by the Mon Perin campground. You can park on the camp's visitor parking and walk to the coast. Once facing the sea, you want to turn right. Interestingly, when you pass by the No FKK sign, you're actually almost there. Walk past the dog beach and just outside the camp's boundary, the coast loosens into a long, low-key line of rocky coves. Bushes and trees provide the necessary shade, but you are expected to bring all other necessities. This is not a very popular nude beach, but if you're chasing quiet and you brought your own picnic, this can be a stay-all-day kind of place. Before we continue, if this kind of easy-going, clothes-free travel is your happy place, we'd like to introduce you to Euronature. These people actually understand our love for naked vacations. They started in 2001 and grew into Europe's largest naturist travel specialist. With more than 130 destinations in and beyond Europe, choosing feels less like guesswork and more like matching your mood. What I like is how hands-on they are. They personally visit the places they offer and then help you stitch your trip together. Everything from accommodation to flights, car hires, ferries, transfers, and even travel insurance. Their WhatsApp assistant, Eva, drops local tips and answers all your questions 24/7. And their guru service connects you to one of the 50 real experts who've actually been where you want to go. Check out their website for more information. They also have offers to some of the clothes-free resorts in Istria. Thanks Euronature for sponsoring this video. And now, let's head back to the beaches. Near the town Rovinj, Cape Eva waits on the Villas Rubin resort. Once you've found the naturist signs, your mood will immediately shift in the best possible way. This nude beach is actually a big lawn, full with people reading, napping, and chatting in the olive tree shade. The sea entry here is easy. You can walk on the grass pretty much to the end of the coast. Then a short stroll over the stones and you'll be having a cool dip without the classic rock shuffle. Because of the facilities on the clothed side of the resort, this is the kind of beach where you can literally arrive empty-handed. For the sake of completeness, we also want to mention Polynesia Beach. The tip of this beach is whispered to be nude-friendly, at least if you don't mind sitting on sharp, unfriendly rocks. Few people do though. As far as we're concerned, better put it on your skip for now list. Another interesting beach on the western coast of Istria is Punta, Kriz, south of Rovinj. This beach is definitely nude-friendly, but it also gets a lot more friendly than that. Yes, it's known as a swingers beach. The part near the first beach bar is generally relaxed and good for sunbathing, although the rocks can be quite sharp here. Near the third beach bar, you'll find a lot more, let's call it an active vibe. Beach bar number 3 does allow nudity, by the way, but the show in front of you might be spicier than your lunch. If this is your vibe, we don't judge, but it's better to know up front than to be surprised. Now let's cross the peninsula to the east coast and dip into Rabac. Start at the big resort beach by Girandella and keep walking north, left as you face the sea, until the coast turns into many small pebble coves. FKK signs show that you're in the right spot. Because of the resort next door, these coves fill up quickly. So come early or you'll find yourself sitting on the rocks instead. There's no shade and no services once you're beyond the resort, so bring water and a hat. A little further north, Mošćenicka Draga hides its tiny nude corner at the far end of Sveti Ivan. You roll into town, park the car, and take the seaside path for about 10 to 15 minutes. Cafes and beach umbrellas on your left slowly give way to green hillside on your right. At the very tip, you'll find concrete plateaus with the meanwhile very familiar FKK graffiti. It's compact, which means it can feel full, but the water is a jewel and the ladders drop you straight into the bay. There's even a simple shower. Now let's stitch the coast together. On the western side at Peroj, Colone, Cape Eva, you get that mix of natural rock and gentle infrastructure. And on the eastern side, with Rabac and Sveti Ivan, you trade rocks and lawns for pebbles and coves and views of the corner bay. Although some of the best of Istria's nude beaches are hidden behind the gates of the large clothes-free resorts, we hope that this video has shown you that if you're willing to have a walk along the coast, you can still find magnificent nude beaches where the limestone meets that impossible blue and where you can swim until you forget what time it is. Thanks for coming on this Croatian nude beach trip with me today. If you enjoyed this ride, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more clothes-free journeys.